Hello. Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is how to become conscious of thought. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be really real with you. The question is not how to be conscious of thought because it doesn't matter in what world, in what paradigm, what dimension you're living in. You're already conscious of thought. What you're really asking is, how can I transmute being conscious of thought and better live a more happy life? Why do I say this? We're all conscious of thought. Whether we want to or not, thoughts are going to be there. So, what you're sharing is not so much about that. You're simply identifying that there is a lack inside of you, and you believe becoming conscious of thought is going to make your life all that better. But the truth of the matter is, if you're living in the paradigm of like mental diarrhea, and I didn't say this, it's I've first heard this from Sadhguru, but it's quite phenomenally true. Like, I used to be there and I realized that, like, this is just like diarrhea. That stream of thought that it's going to be there versus whether you want it or not. And I realized one day that, is this really like the best I could do? What I actually realized was, I'm a physical I lessened what I was. But becoming realizing this, it elevated me. But at one point, the synonym, the metaphor, the imagery that I was using was, I'm a two-dimensional being. I'm physical and I'm not physical. Those are my two aspects. I have a physical body and I have a non-physical aspect to myself. And the non-physical makes itself very present with having us always have constant thoughts. No, we're not schizophrenic. Yes, we all have thoughts. If you think you're the only one, then to you, my heart goes out to you because I understand your life, but you're not alone. And let's just forget about it. Like, yeah, everybody has thoughts. And it is really great to have like this constant thought stream, but let's just think about it for a second. This two-dimensional state that I became conscious of. Yeah, we're three-dimensional beings, but a lot of us decide to be two-dimensional. Why? Because we're physical. Our physical aspect makes us conscious of our non-physical aspect. Those are two dimensions. But that consciousness, that state of being, that paradigm, it keeps you there. And what happens is you decide to simply be conscious of the fact that you can be conscious. The two-dimensional life is physical and non-physical, and it's two-dimensional because I decide to not be conscious. The only thing I want to be conscious is the fact that I can be conscious. How is that? What am I saying? All that thought, that paradigm, that mentality is going to tell you, you want $1 million? You got to not ride the horse. You got to not internalize anything. What does this happen? You're conscious of the fact that you can be conscious. So it's not about how to become conscious of thought. It's about how to just let go of that and step into like my internal life. Now, there are some people that want to, you know, this question can be looked at, as I've spent 4 minutes, as pushing us, looking at, okay, I'm not even conscious. Like, I'm conscious that I can be conscious, but I'm not conscious. What does this mean? You're always conscious of your thoughts, but that's not the problem. The problem is being conscious as a human being. So we have emotions, we have a physical aspect, we have a energetic and mental. So there's four, let's call them dimensions to the human being: the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the energetic. What we want is to be conscious of all of these. Well, let's digress. What is metacognition? Metacognition is becoming conscious of emotions, actions, and thoughts. So really, The question, how to become conscious of my thoughts, is how can I improve my metacognition? Well, one thing you could do, and this is so easy, ladies and gentlemen, you're walking, right? Let's say you're in the 2D world. You're walking and you hear a thought that chemically you know you don't like, but can't live without because it's going to be there because you're not literally telling yourself otherwise. One way is I call it a tick. I'm walking, and you can use your pinky. You see my pinky moving? This is gold, ladies and gentlemen, and this is internal. I mean, there's gratitude rocks. There's so much, but let's just stick to what we have. Cheap and amazing. Okay, so I'm walking, and I hear a thought. Right, it comes through my consciousness. I hear it. Chemically, I know I don't like it, and also chemically, I realize that damn, I wish like I just wouldn't hear that. Well, just signal. You just have to signal. What conscious is signal. Let go of the idea that words means thinking. That just because I use my brain to create words inside of my brain, now I'm thinking. No, you have an imaginative aspect, dimension. You have your third eye. You have the electrical energy that's inside of you. If you want to become conscious of a thought, I'm taking this question at face value. That means what you're saying is, how can I signal to myself that I like or don't like a thought? You want a quick answer? Click. I call it the click. It's a tick or a click. You see my finger moving? Let's pretend I'm walking and I hear a thought, I don't like it, and I still don't want to like consciously tell myself, which honestly, this is a lot better. So signal yourself. You got to give yourself a sign. The mind, think about the mind as the universe. Because in essence, that's what it is. You can take the mind anywhere with your consciousness. So let's think about the mind as the universe. Now let's think about consciousness as a flashlight, a point in this vast universe where your consciousness is where your light is in the grand scheme of things. So what does this mean? You're walking around, you don't like a thought, or you like a thought. Why don't we make our right hand to signal when I have a thought that I don't like? Simply doing this. You see my pinky moving? The moment a negative thought comes to my conscious, do that. It's going to change your world. It's going to change your world. You're becoming conscious. Your metacognition is becoming conscious of thoughts, emotions, and your actions. But the problem can be, it's about fear that we don't want to think in the it's fear that we don't like to use our brain to create words, and that's fine. I don't care about the brain. I mean, there's three instruments. I have a heart, I have a brain, and I have the body. I utilize the heart 100% of the time. And that taught me like all these other little tricks. Third eye. That if I use my heart, it doesn't matter what words I create in my head. And I also became more elevated and I realized, dude, I don't even need to, because internally I'm using my heart to maintain an elevated emotion. So what really matters now? Nothing. Just to maintain what I want to feel. So to become conscious of thought, what you're literally saying is you want a way to signal to yourself good thoughts and bad thoughts. So do that. And the easy way is use your body. If you don't want to create words, if you hear a bad thought and you don't want to say, I don't like that thought, then signal. Do something with your body, but what you need to start doing is becoming conscious. I invite you now to join my family. We are individuals that live from the heart and are experts at teaching the art of living through the heart. This membership also comes with 2 meditations daily, a monthly meditation, and a weekly meditation. Now, I invite you to join my family. We are individuals that live from the heart. I was repeating that, wasn't I? That's what happens whenever you're like living from the heart and you get out of yourself sometimes. What I went to say is, and yes, I don't do any edits to my videos, so hopefully you get a good laugh out of this one. But the last thing I do want to say is that you share this video with your loved ones, with your family members, with your mastermind group. And comment below. How do you become conscious? How do you signal inside of yourself. What do you do to become conscious, to apply metacognition? Did you like my tip? And also share with me topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.